know.
Frankie on the trendsetter.
sa.neter, you did it again, man.
General, HOK Field Marshal, you know?
None
None of them can bother than sa.neter.
Revelation, set the top.
Violate the general. Head up in a blood clot funeral home. Anchor the AK, Jabari got the crown. Hector we say how we sending them home. Regina the alley with a Cuban and a galley. Send you back on Nile Valley with a shot in your toe intellectually. How click the link if your scholarship sloppy. More just want make you cry with the truth. No lie, my youth him a real historian. 21 gun salute for commission. Not a brother, a hustle, a move like all left found the black woman not all like Tulsa and a yana for sister freedom. I don't whole panel know what time for Bible thumping the minute them see me come. Revelation set Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. Them got a podcast but sa better.
Coast to coast, we be banging. Coast to coast, we be bringing all this knowledge, we be slanging. In the HOK, we don't do no entertaining.
Speaking truth, speaking facts.
What the niggas just a layman. Better get on one accord. The future can be yours. Ancestors push you more. We gotta go explore the sciences and math. The future's based on class. You bout to catch my wrath. We turning up this track.
In the dark minds of the light,
The dark heart still fight.
We
We gotta make this right. Talk right now. We learn how to stand up and stand proud. No man down. We fam now. House of the conscious, my clan now.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. Them got a podcast but sa better.
When I look at you niggas, I see what I'm not. Go take him, a little bit of her, mix it with them, and put them in a pot. You still can't get none like me. It might sound the same, but it's unlikely. One white tee. If I lift it up, then you niggas gonna see where the gun might be. I thought I told ya. Afro Nation, Revelation, we some soldiers. sa.neter put this team together, now it's over. We got the weight of the world up on my shoulder. When you get conscious information, hearts turn colder. Now look at these strappers who rapping the same, so stuck in their lane, systemically, chemically. I'm thinking something is wrong with their brain. As long as they paid and for in the chain, I got nothing to say. They in love with the gang. I traded my gang for change, and now that I changed, a few things still say the same.
Frankie are the trendsetter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. None of them can bother than sa.neter. Them got a podcast but sa better.
Yeah. Peace and Black Power family. Y'all already know what it is. We had Pastor Bennett in the building yesterday. And the way it looks, the way it sounded like Pastor Bennett is going to run through Captain Tazaryach. It's going to be a landslide. Let's cut right through the chase, Captain. Are you sleeping on Pastor Bennett? Man, that's all I wanted to know. We got to get this in real quick. Unmute yourself. Let us know. Are you sleeping on this man?
Oh, wait. Let me play this again. Hold on.
This is the Body Bag Session.
First, I want to say peace and black power to my boy sa.neter. Of course, shalom to my Israelite family. sa.neter is an Israelite also, but he always say the peace and black power, so I want to give that intro. Also, shout out to my good brother, Pastor Bennett. Before I get into the intricacies of the debate, the last time me and Pastor Bennett actually battled, my son was born that same day. A lot of people don't remember that. I was in the middle of the battle with Pastor Bennett, and after I did my first round, and as Pastor Bennett was doing his first round, my wife called me to say she was in labor. I had to actually leave the battle, go get her, because I was in West Orange. I had to go to East Orange to go pick her up, take her to the hospital. And because of COVID, I actually couldn't go in the waiting room or do anything. So I had to basically drop her off and then leave. So it's like, well, what do I do? And so I actually called in to try to get my mind off of the frustration of not being able to be in the hospital with my wife and my son being born. I actually called into the debate and just tried to finish it that way. So I had a lot going on at that time. And so that's the last time that he and I actually encountered each other one-on-one. Since that time, he and I have built up an excellent rapport with each other. So I just want to first start off by saying that this will actually be a real good debate. I'm looking forward to it. But he's gonna, lose this debate emphatically. I mean, it's not even I watched some of the live stream that was taking place yesterday, and the angles are the usual angles. So the title of this debate is Salvation Also for Non-Israelites. So to get this out the way right now, so none of these angles can be used, in the kingdom of heaven, there will be non-Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. There will be, I'm going to say it again, there will be non-Israelites in the kingdom of heaven. So just so we can get that out the way, because I think a lot of people have a misconception. So he's going to have to go to the drawing board, because you can't go through a history where you start talking about Abraham and Adam and Ruth and the harlot that helped them destroy the whole city. We ain't talking about the past. When we talk about salvation for the children of Israel, we're talking about from Christ forward. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about New Testament. So I hope Pastor Bennett is not coming in there to talk about Ruth, Abraham, Noah, because all that we're not talking about that. When we talk about salvation, we're talking about salvation into the kingdom of heaven. And if the non-Israelites are not getting the same thing that the Israelites are getting, then it's not salvation. And I think that's where, from hearing people talk, that's where they're missing at. And that's why this is like a really almost a non-starter. The title alone destroys it. If you make them second-class citizens, if you make them this, they're not getting salvation. There's a reason why non-Israelites will be in the kingdom. But I just wanted to say that clean. So now he can't bring up no argument of a single person. This ain't about and that's the crazy part. The crazy part is, and the straw man is to try to argue, well, this one person was a non-Israelite, so he gets in. This other one person. Now, that's not my angle. But to hear people think that all you got to do is prove 10 people get in the kingdom, I just got rid of that. Non-Israelites will be in the kingdom. So that argument is irrelevant. Just so everybody knows. So what you got to say, Sal? Because I just killed any angle he can give. All them angles out the window now. Bringing up, we ain't got to argue about Timothy, Daddy. We ain't got to argue about Cornelius, because now what we're going to get into is those baby arguments. It's a baby argument to argue if Cornelius is an Israelite, if Timothy. Now, I'm not saying Pastor Bennett can't do that and that he shouldn't do that. But if he does do that, then all we're going to be arguing is about one individual, and it's really going to be up to people listening if they believe it or not. So for everybody to understand, non-Israelites will be in the kingdom, but non-Israelites are not getting salvation. Now, what you got to say, Sal? What you got? I see you scrambling. He's scrambling, getting on that phone, trying to find somebody to call. Like, I can't believe Captain said that. I can't believe Captain said that.
Yo, man, listen, Cap. That's crazy. I see what you're trying to do. Now, listen, I want you to know something. When this debate go down, I don't have no friends, so don't worry about me being biased. Cap, no, I'll never be biased towards this debate. When it go down, I can say what I want now, but when the debate go down, I'll be filled with Timothy.
Listen, man, Si, we've been doing this so long, Si, you supposed to go at my neck right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to do right now.
Oh, come on with it. Yeah, come on.
Listen, Captain, you just lost the debate. This is what Pastor Bennett was saying yesterday. Is salvation also for non-Israelites? And you just admitted that non-Israelites will be saved.
No, I didn't say saved.
No, you didn't say saved. You said they will be in
the kingdom.
You said they will be in the kingdom.
I'll go even further. Non-Israelites will be saved. I'll even say that. Now what you gonna do with that?
You said non-Israelites will also be saved?
Yeah.
Well, then that mean you lost, brother.
Yeah, I'm making sure I get enough sound bites because I know my good brother Pastor Bennett is listening. So
Yeah.
I want to make sure he get these sound
Brother,
bites
the
in line.
topic is you're supposed to be saying that non-Israelites will not have salvation. Pastor Bennett is saying they will have salvation.
Right.
Me and Apostle's argument, how I beat him up so bad, is that I was saying the same thing that Pastor was saying, similar, that non-Israelites will also have salvation.
Now, here's a problem. What's going to have to be proven is that they're going to have the salvation that the Israelites are going to have.
And what is that?
We'll find out at the debate.
Oh.
Well, now remember the title is salvation also for non-Israelites. That's
right.
prefaced that the non-Israelites get the same salvation that we get.
And what is that? And what kind of salvation is that?
That the Israelites get?
Yeah.
We'll find out at the debate.
Oh man, damn, Captain.
Yeah, so I'm knocking all that out. I'm knocking out every angle that you can possibly come up with. So when you try to say, is an Israelite going to be in the kingdom? Yes. Excuse me, a non-Israelite going to be in the kingdom? Yes. A non-Israelite is going to be in the kingdom. It's impossible.
Are you saying that they will be in the king? Hey, Daniel Allah, be quiet, man. You scared to get in this ring, Daniel Allah. Shout out to my beloved Daniel Allah. But he's scared to come on in here in the toughest environment. Only when captains show up, you see him all in the goddamn comments, scared to death to come by itself. But yeah, man.
Yeah, Daniel Allah, you got to get in the ring next, man. If I'm out here, man.
Danny boy scared, man. Danny boy scared.
He's telling
man.
the truth though about the topic, though.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you saying that the non-Israelites will only be in the kingdom as servants? Are you saying that?
Yes.
I knew you was going to say that.
Yes. So that's not salvation. That's not salvation. When you say, remember, when you're talking about salvation, you got to show that they get what we get. Like the children of Israel, the salvation for the children of Israel is rest from the punishments. The testament itself is only for Israelites. So if the testament itself is only for Israelites, how can a non-Israelite get the same testament or get the same thing as Israelites? So you can't come up with this one person, 2 person, 10 people, that argument, or you can't do that. You know what I mean? So everything will have context. So, you know, you can go to Isaiah 19. I'm just throwing everything out there. You can go to Isaiah 19. I'm prepped for it.
Hey, hold on, Captain. Hey, Pastor Bennett.
What's going on?
Are you watching? I'm live with Captain Tazaryach right now. You need to be tuning in, brother.
Yeah, I'm not. I try to tune in, but I'm picking up my daughter from school right now, so it might be a little hard.
All right. You need to tune in. You got to hear what's going on, brother. I think you called it yesterday. You called it yesterday. You better come. You better listen. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Okay. All
right. Captain, man. So let me ask you: is the Most High Yahawah? Is he a racist God?
Yes. He created the races that we see. He divided the nations that we see. So if you go, so after the flood in Genesis 10 and 32, when you got Ham, Shem, and Japheth, all you got to do is just read the last verse. It says, these are the families of the sons of Noah after their generations in their nations, and by these were the nations divided in the earth. So the Lord took Ham, Shem, and Japheth and the sons that they had, and then divided the nations. So the Ham, their sons became nations divided. Shem, their sons became nations divided. Japheth, their sons became nations divided. The Lord could have left us all. We'd be Noahites if the Lord wanted it.
So the first races on the planet would have to be Yahawah, your God of the Bible.
Yeah, I mean,
that taught separation for us to be a racist towards other nations.
There's nothing that's not separated. Animals are separated. Fish are separated. Birds are separated. And so mankind is separated in the sense that we all have the same makeup. We all got eyes, ears, nose, etc. But then there's races that he chose. There's a race that he chose to love. There's a race that he chose not to love.
Race come from Europeans, though, Captain. That came along later. There's no such thing as race, but there is a such thing as humans. And we are all humans, like the white man's, the Chinese, the Indian. We are all human. And I think that the Most High created us that we may know each other, not that we may despise each other, brother. So we can learn from each other, not to be against one another. So your God, according to you, you are saying he's just a hater. He's a killer of little infants, of children. He don't care about nobody else as long as it's not a Israelite. So I'm going to kill the African children. I'm going to kill the Indian children. I'm killing all these children if they ain't no Israelites. Is that what you're telling us, brother?
Well, when you talk about the subject of the babies, right?
Right.
Did not he unalive the firstborn Egyptians because they was unaliving us first?
According to the story, yes.
Well, that's the only thing we got is the Bible. So the chip beat now. So because because the Egyptians were afraid that we would get mightier and stronger than them, they started unaliving our firstborn sons. So they can't get mad if we pray to our God and now their firstborn sons get unalived. That's judgment.
But let me ask you, Captain, did the Most High God, Yahawah, put you into slavery because of your disobedience?
In this time, yes. Because of our disobedience.
Oh, so not in the time of the Kemet, you saying?
No, because we was brought into there as friends. Joseph interpreted the dream. He became a advisor for Pharaoh. Joseph brought his family into Egypt. When that Pharaoh died in the process of time, the next Pharaoh or the new Pharaohs that rose up then started dealing with us like war instead of peace. So you can't read where we broke a commandment at all. Only thing that you can read, if we're going to read about the Bible in Exodus 1 and 8, it says, now there rose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. So you can't read where we did anything to them during the Exodus. You can only read where they didn't want us to multiply and overpower them.
Objection, brother. Objection, man. I gotta come back at you with this. Why would they be afraid of you multiplying when the Egyptian men was loving the Israelite women and the Israelite men was loving on the Egyptian women? They was all integrated, having sex with each other. This is why. How many of y'all came into Egypt, Captain? How many of y'all came in?
70.
70. How many of y'all left? Come on.
A lot. I don't know if
how many of y'all left?
It was a lot of them. It was a whole.
Why do you think that is?
Because we intermix with each other.
Thank you.
Now it could be. Of course, Israelites dealt with other Israelites, but you can also say that Israelites dealt with the nation, just like today.
No. Let's stick with it.
Well, why you can't read either or.
Why do you think that is that thousands of you came up out of Egypt? Why?
But hear what I'm saying.
All right.
The reason why I'm saying it that way is because we can't read that Israelites slept with Egyptian women, but common sense would say that Israelites slept with Egyptian women. And so
it's in the Bible.
We'll say it.
Brother, hold on. It talks about that in the Bible. It talks about
read it.
No, hold on, brother. When I say it, you're gonna know exactly. It talks about how the Israelite women was in love with the Egyptians because they felt that they had their penises like donkeys.
I just beat the hell out of you on that subject, but that's what you're talking about is in Ezekiel. That's not in Exodus, but I just beat you up on that subject. That's not literal, but that's
not literal.
No, that wasn't literal.
How you know that, Captain? How you know?
When you read it, it's about two nations. The two women that it was talking about represented Israel and Judah. So it was a parable about a nation of people. So that included men. So men wasn't worried about no damn Egyptians rod. That don't even make sense. Just trying
No,
to help
not
you.
the men. It said the women love the men.
The parable, when you read it, now if you want to get slapped up on this subject again, when you read it, that's Ezekiel. I forget it. I think it might be Ezekiel 23 that you was reading. It says, this is Ezekiel 23 when it says, son of man, there were two women, the daughters of one mother, and they committed whoredoms in Egypt. The two nations that's talking about is Aholah and Aholabah. Aholah represents Samaria. Aholabah represents Jerusalem. So it's a parable about two cities, Samaria and Jerusalem. Samaria represents the northern kingdom. Jerusalem represents the southern kingdom. So it's a parable. It's not literal. But you can get smacked up with it if you want.
I don't fight you on that. But it's common sense to realize, to understand that if only 7 of you go in.
But I agree with you. That's why I was saying I wasn't arguing with you with that. I was saying the way that they grew was us intermixing.
Okay.
You understand? Just like we mix today, I would never argue that we didn't mix back then. But the power structure, just like we mix today in America, but the power structure put things in place to make sure we go to prison, to make sure we're aborting our babies, to make sure we're in the LGBTQ. So it's the same thing back then. That power structure did not want us to get stronger than them.
So you do teach, of course, that you are what your father is.
Facts.
Okay.
Facts.
So if you are what your father is, can you imagine, Captain, how many Kemet Israelite babies there are together?
No, I can't imagine.
And you can be an Israelite Kemet baby, don't even know it.
I'm an Israelite.
And you could be a Kemet. You could be a Kemet baby too. Yes.
The only way that could happen is like, let's take Bob Marley, for example. He's a Jamaican white baby. Like he grew up with his mother's oppression. He grew up under his mother's womb, but he's a white man, but he's still white. Y'all, like when I say that, a lot of people are going to start trying to defend that Bob Marley was black, but ethnically his father is white. So he's white, but he took on his mother's culture. So you can be like that, but you're an Israelite, period.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. You want to go on before I open up the floodgates? You want to drop some more information?
Listen, I laid it all out. Non-Israelites will be in the kingdom. So don't give me an argument.
Not what you're saying. But you're saying they're not going to have salvation. They will be there to serve.
Yeah, they're not going to have salvation. And that needs to be understood.
Okay.
Salvation is only for the children of Israel.
Okay.
This argument, if you make this argument about a non-Israelite getting into the kingdom, that's not the argument, because non-Israelites will be in the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Non-Israelites will
that's
serve
not what the
God.
topic is. But that's not what the topic is. The topic is not about non-Israelites getting in the kingdom.
The topic is salvation also for non-Israelites? It is not. It is not.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm going to drop this link in here, y'all. I need y'all to come in, ask some tough questions. Don't be disrespectful. Once Captain tell me get rid of you, I got to get rid of you.
Yeah. Hey, did you ever reach out to that brother Cam? Because he been...
Nah, brother.
He been trying his hardest to get my attention, man.
Yo, I think when you gave me the number, it wasn't the right number. I was calling and it kept saying this number is not in service.
I'm you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna text him and see if that's the same number.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm texting him now.
All right, my man, Asar Imkar. Let me let you know what's going on, Asar. This Thursday, we have Jabari and Reginald. You know the brother Reginald, the one that debated Elder Yahawah?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got them. We bringing the comedics in. We bring in all comedics. So you are welcome, brother.
I will be there. I will definitely be there.
Talk to me, man. Do you have a question for the captain or a statement, brother?
Statement is a question.
Hey, you know what? I got Daniel Allah right next to you. I'm trying to get this brother to come on out.
Let Daniel talk, because he ain't said nothing in a long time.
Right.
I ain't talked to Daniel since the hangout. Go ahead, brother Daniel. My mic's on mute.
Can you hear me, son?
Yeah, we can hear you, brother.
Real quick.
No, I can't hear you now. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
All right, sa.neter. Before we go any further, I want to talk to you directly.
Oh man.
Hey, I want to talk to you directly. So let's do this, right? So, hey, you was talking a lot of smack before I came on the stage. I'm here now. Hey, sa.neter, when I say words, I say it's all love. You know, you my nigga. We love you, and there's like community. Myself, we love you. We love you. No. We love you. This is our community. So every word I use is not like literal. It's figurative, right? So, sa.neter, do you want to run this fade with me? Because I'm looking at your debate with Apostle Zaquan. It says the great debate is salvation only for Israelites or everybody. It's salvation only for Israelites or everybody. I'm saying I'm willing to run that fade with you.
Did you see that debate?
Yes, I did. And I'm going to use clips for what you're saying and cut you.
Now I want to ask you, it depends on what you say that I will take you up on it. Who do you think won that debate? Because if you think Apostle beat me, then I don't need to debate you.
Okay, no, I don't think Apostle to beat you. Watch this. I don't think that Apostle to beat you. No. So now you want to run that fade with me?
Oh, okay.
Same topic, same squad. Let's do that right back.
Can I moderate it? Can I moderate it?
Yeah. Let's run that fade right back.
You know what? I might not want that topic. I might want another topic.
Oh,
why?
I don't want to do that topic.
Captain is doing a topic as well, but I might want to do a topic on is God evil? Is God and the devil one and the same? Or is Jesus and Yahawah one and the same? Is they God? Either one.
We could do a series, but I want to run that first fade back first. Let's run that first fade back first. And then you know what? We'll do two more. We could do a series. Me and you. We're trying to raise money for the House of Consciousness. All right. Platform up, whatever. Listen, hey, sa.neter, I don't need you to pay me nothing. I'll do this for free. Me and you, a series of 3 debates. And then afterwards,
you hear this, Captain?
So you understand. So you understand, right? Me and Reggie was on the phone. He gave me Reggie's number. Reggie said he liked me too much. He don't want to debate me. So don't be out here putting out false information like I'm running. No, I told you, I gave you my hit list. You gave me Reggie, which was not on my hit list. Me and Reggie was on the phone. Reggie was like, I like you too much, priest. Me and you cool. I like you.
That sound like scared talk, Danielle. It sound like
scared talk.
So it's not me running. I may not come around much.
Reggie definitely running.
Okay. Yeah. We can get it in. We'll talk about it. Yeah, we'll talk.
All right, so don't get scared now.
Right there. You already have a PowerPoint on this, so you should cut me too. Yeah. Hey, I will run that fade right there. What else, Saab? What you want to know? Go ahead.
No, but that's it. I will take you up on that, and then I will take you up on the evils of God.
We'll do
is God wicked? Is God evil?
That. He said all that, Saab.
We do all
the smoke.
And listen, man, I'm doing it to sa.neter going to put it on his platform. He's going to put it on his different platforms to raise money for the House of Consciousness. I'll do it for free. On the free. You know what I'm talking about? Because I love the House of Consciousness because it shows love to Capt. Tazaryach, myself, and other Israelites. You know what I'm saying? sa.neter is biased. That's true. But not in debates. sa.neter is biased outside of debates.
Right. I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So
he's supposed to have his position, though. He's supposed to have his position. You know what I mean? So I don't knock him for his position.
And by the way, let me say this real quick. Let me just cause some controversy real quick. Listen, I got slides. I did a whole presentation with your man Shaka too. Your man Shaka is crazy. That joke, listen, this is me talking, not sa.neter, not Tazaryach. This is me talking. That Job 38 breakdown that Shaka did on your channel was trash. Sorry. Yeah, now I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. Yeah. Now,
you know, you can say that behind his back.
If somebody
can say that behind his back, but I don't think you will come out. And get him up in here. Not now, though.
Wait. This is public. This is not behind his back. I said that for a reason. Now, if you got a problem with what I said, tell him to come and talk. We could talk about that breakdown that he did in Job 38 too. We could do that too. We could talk about that too. You heard? Okay.
I hear you, man. Hey, that's
one more time for the niggas in the back. Hold on, sorry. Let me say it one more time for the niggas in the back. Me and Shaka could talk about that Job breakdown too. Heard? Okay.
I heard it.
Look like we got some work coming up, Simon.
Hey, Shaka, you know, I mean, Daniel Allen, you know, I got the video where Shaka killed you and Hashar together at my house, brother. I got that video on King James, and it took two of y'all to try to debunk him. I got that video, brother. Don't make me put that back up.
Please put it back up. Please put it back up. He didn't kill nobody on that. That's crazy.
Yahawah.
Listen, watch this. We could debate. Listen, watch this. Me and him could debate that again too. Because the last time,
it looked like Yahawah coming outside.
Listen, y'all quiet for a reason. The last time he did his presentation by himself, I did mine by myself. We could run that back too.
You sure he not
Captain,
giving?
You better stop putting batteries in his back, Cap. Stop that.
Captain busy. I ain't speak to him in a long time. I'm trying to tell you, hey, we could run that back too.
That's right.
We could run that back, the Job 38, and me and you. Since I'm running, so now everybody watch this video.
Like Yahawah coming out. Be careful what you ask for, son.
No more.
Be careful what you ask for.
You know what? This is great because Daniel Allen never called me out. You know what that means? You know what that means, Captain?
What that mean?
That he know I've been studying a little bit, and he know I got a little better. That's why he want to call me out now.
Right. He said, "Okay, sa.neter done stepped up.
You've been a monster lately, man. You came out of retirement and you did your things. That's why I want to talk to you about that because you did a good job, but you made some mistakes, man. So I want to talk to you about the mistakes.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Daniel Allen. I already know you good in this Bible, brother. Come on, man. I know that already. I ain't ready for you, Daniel Allen. I'm not ready.
So you can say hey, watch this.
I'm not backing out. I'm just being humble with it. I'm being humble with it, but I'll take them on. That's all. I'm just.
You could do that, and you could set. Hey, watch this. You could do that, and you could set them other two joints up too.
Yo, you see what this Israelite said in the chat. Look at what this Israelite said.
Sa killed.
That means, hey, the person that said that, you're not familiar with the information at all. Man. You're not familiar with the information at all. That's what I'm saying. At all.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to see. I ain't seen Daniel Allen in a debate in a minute, so I can't wait to see it personally.
Yeah, he might be a little rusty, you know. But it's good to see you, Daniel Allen and Hashar. I seen your post on Facebook for the Passover, unless that was an old one.
No, that was new.
Yeah, good. What's up with Hashar? How you doing?
He good, man. He's good, man. We all good. We, you know what I'm saying, enjoyed ourselves. Shout out to Capt. Tazaryach. I see they enjoyed themselves as well.
Yeah, definitely. I saw y'all pictures too, Daniel.
So I seen some niggas in the conscious community saying that the Israelites that come out of World West, whether it's ISUPK or myself by extension, is dead. It's not dead. It's just getting started. Like y'all now. It's just getting started. Y'all don't even understand. So I said stands. They said that I'm gonna see you them 3 times. You can let your boys know. Job 38. We could run back that gay shit on King James. We could run back all that shit back. I'm ready for all of that. And sa.neter, you're gonna make all the money. I'll do it for free. You heard me?
Yo, here's a new up and coming soldier right here.
Young Marcus, that's what y'all need to get up under your wing. Young
this
Marcus
right here, Captain. You gotta recruit him to Lions of Israel or ISUPK.
Who Kasai?
This brother, Kasai right here. Even though Nepal done spanked him and beat him up, but you know.
That's true. Yeah. I dropped a couple quotes into this night a couple times.
That's why y'all scared to debate Nepal. Nepal ain't no joke, boy.
He said, there is no Israelite. I pulled up that Hezekiah with the Ankh on his cylinder seal.
Oh.
He got the looking around, then he fell off the chat with us. I said, well, where you at? Because I was up, my brother. What's going on? But anyway, let me ask my man, because I got to go pick up my girl real quick.
What's your question, brother?
Cam definitely wants to run the fade with you, Tazaryach.
Yeah, he's super thirsty.
Yes, you should.
I'm waiting to get his contact. I can make that happen.
And you know why I haven't responded to him?
I'm gonna beat him. Tazaryach gonna beat him though.
Yeah, but you know why I haven't responded to him? Because he has my number and my Instagram. And instead of just DMing me and say, hey, let's go live or do something like that, he's going live and then trying to call me out. sa.neter knows me the longest outside of Yahawah. That never works. Like calling me out like that. Like you can say my name all you want, it ain't gonna move, especially if you can communicate with me. So if you can just DM me and say, hey man, are you free Thursday? Let's work this, let's jump on the live. I'll respect it like that. But it's almost like a child when you try to do it the other way. I look at you like an absolute child. So that's how I look at Cam. I look at him like a child that just think he could say my name and I'm supposed to, ooh, Cam called me. Let me go jump on the platform with him. That's not gonna happen. But if he hit me behind the scenes, I'll do it.
And my question for you,
okay.
I'm not gonna
give
say
him a
anything.
hard question though. Come on,
I'm gonna give him something difficult. I ain't gonna say anything concerning the debate, but it says that y'all walked in the wilderness until the Egyptian fathers passed away. And then you made circumcision, which we know in chapter 17 of the book of Coming Forth by Day. That's a Rametz thing. That's an Egyptian thing for the layman. So if those are your fathers,
the first
Joshua 5:5.
Okay,
Joshua 5:5.
Yeah, thank you. So I can go there for reference. That's all. You
So-
said Joshua 5:5.
Yeah, and that's not the exact verse. I'm just pulling from my mind because I got to get ready to go. But it's in that detail because it talks about y'all walking in the wilderness until the men of war, your Egyptian fathers, pass away. It even has a story about one of the Egyptian boys who gets mad at an Israelite, and I think he hits one with a rock and they end up killing him with his mother there. But
When
he
you
was
say-
part. Oh, go ahead.
When you say this Egyptian war, these Egyptians, like until they passed away, who you think is talking about passed away?
The fathers of the Israelites.
Okay, just make sure you say it like that because the way you said it was as if they was waiting for the Egyptian fathers to pass away, when that's not what the text says. The text says, for the children of Israel walked 40 years in the wilderness to all the people that were men of war which came out of Egypt. That's not Egyptians. So what we're reading here is that because of the rebellion of the Israelites in the wilderness, the Lord let them wander in the wilderness till those Israelites died. It had nothing to do with Egyptian fathers or war or anything like that. Those were just the specific Israelites that died. Just want the context to be context, and that's all.
Now I'm gonna give them a pass and not go further into where it says that the fathers are Egyptian because I got to pick up my girl. But if you can also elaborate on the child who was an Egyptian amongst the Israelites that got into a fight with the Israelite and they ended up
in Leviticus that you're talking about,
right?
When it talks about the Israelitish woman,
the Egyptian woman.
Well, it calls her Israelitish woman whose father, I believe it says whose father was Egyptian. I think that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, she's Egyptian.
Right. I'm trying to search it just so I can make sure I get the right scripture.
I'm gonna let him go in. I'm gonna listen from my phone.
No, but what's your question on it though?
Just build on it because that's another Israelite child. Supposedly that's Egyptian.
And but what's your question? I don't hear the question.
How did he get in the camp with an Egyptian father?
That's your question.
Yes, sir.
I'm just trying to find the verse so we can read it. Here we go. I think I got it. Israelites. And just trying to make sure I get the verse. Just bear with me 1 second. Leviticus 24 and 10. Here we go. Leviticus 24 and 10. So Leviticus 24 and 10, it says this, and the son of an Israelitish woman whose father was an Egyptian went out among the children of Israel. That's the verse you're talking about, right?
That's the one. I got to step off. I'm listening.
And what's your question on it, though?
How did he get in the camp with an Egyptian father? If the fathers aren't Egyptian, here goes one of the Israelites with an Egyptian father.
Oh.
So what it's saying, right? So it's not saying the father is there. What it's saying is the son of the Israelitish woman. That means at some point, the woman probably came out, but that has nothing to. I don't really understand what the question is.
Captain, come on, man, you're stumbling now.
No, I just want to understand what the question is exactly. Is he saying this is proof a non-Israelite got saved? I'm trying to understand because usually that's what people use it for. So I just want to know if that's what he's saying.
That's all I'm asking. Like Bob Marley, father, Captain, you just talked about that.
Right.
All right. Now you got this Israelite son who is the father, who his father is Egyptian.
So y'all saying this is proof that non-Israelites can be saved?
No. What I'm saying is the Israelite son that you call an Israelite, he's an Egyptian. He's
It's not calling him an Israelite though.
That's what I'm telling you, because his father is Kemet, right? So that means he is Kemet. It's not no Israelite. He's a Kemetic.
And you saying that to say what?
Captain, you ain't slow, brother. You know what's going on, Captain. You know what's going on now, Captain. Playing slow, y'all.
No, I'm not playing slow.
A white boy.
No, hear what I'm saying.
Hey, give me that scripture, Captain, right quick. What scripture is that?
Leviticus 24:10.
Oh man.
Hey, sa.neter, after you're done with Cap, I want to ask you to do something real quick.
Yeah.
Cap first. Finish with Cap first. I don't want to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead, Captain.
Yeah. Do you know what happened to this son?
No.
Yeah, they killed him.
Who killed him?
Israelites. I'm gonna read it.
Why? Why they killed him?
I'm gonna read it. And the son of the Israelitish woman whose father was an Egyptian went out among the children of Israel, and this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp. And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed. And they brought him unto Moses, and his mother's name was Shelamoth, the daughter of Ibri of the tribe of Dan. So the woman was an Israelite. That's clear. She's of the tribe of Dan. And they put him inward in the mind of the Lord might be showed them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, bring forth him that cursed without the camp, and let all that heard them lay their hand upon his head, and let all the congregation stone him. So was he saved?
No.
Shalom. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
Okay, Assad's not here.
Oh, okay. That's why I was trying to get like what was his actual direct question, because they didn't go into the kingdom.
No, he didn't.
They didn't go into the land of Israel. So I don't know what the point was there. Like that son, as we read in 24:11, the mother was Shelamoth, the daughter of Debri of the tribe of Dan. So she was a Danite. So the son got killed. So I just want to know if he reads this, maybe if he got time to come back, what was his point? Because I don't know what his point was.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, priest. Go ahead, priest. Daniel Allah.
Sorry, sa.neter. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. So I just want you to understand something, because we love the shenanigans like anybody else. Real quick, so I'm gonna share my screen real quick so you can see something, if you don't mind.
And Captain, I want you to read this comment. This is for you. That's up on the screen right after Daniel Allah.
sa.neter.
Okay.
Do you see what's on my screen?
Yep.
I'm already ready. What we talking about?
Man.
Wait. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. Because this is for you. Do you see that?
Oh man, I see it.
For you too. That's for you too. You think I didn't watch that debate you did? That's for you too. That's why I said whenever y'all ready. I'm running. When y'all ready, listen. Let me show you how many slides I got for you, sa.neter. Watch, look all the way down. I'm already 33 slides.
But I'm gonna answer that question you got right there.
Right there.
I'm gonna answer that question.
Wait. I'm gonna let you answer something. Let me finish. So for you, I'm 33 slides deep already.
Damn.
For watch what for Shaka or this Job thing that he did on your channel, I'm already 52 slides in.
So you need to come on and do the show with me. Come do it.
No, listen, y'all said I'm running. No, let's run the fade. I'm not sure what I got.
Man, he said let's run the fade.
All right, let me answer that question. Put that one back up for me.
I will. No, put it back up for you. No problem. There you go.
All right. Can an Israelite also be a Gentile? The answer is yes.
Great.
The answer is yes. There are Gentiles because they moved and copied in the ways of the Gentiles. Yes, I know that.
Okay. Okay. So, hey, I'm here. You got my number.
Okay.
So when you say I'm running, I'm already ready. I didn't want y'all to think I was just talking. I'm already ready.
All right. That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sound good. All right, Captain, can you read that?
Yeah, Revelation 7:9, it says the salvation achieved when you die. Yes. Well, salvation is for the Israelites to strive for. So Matthew 24:13 says, he that endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So let's say if a man dies or a woman dies obeying the Most High and Christ returns and they achieve that, then that would apply. But you could be alive and Christ returns, and if you endure to the end, you would be saved. So I just want that to be clear. Where's heaven located? Heaven is here on earth. The Lord's Prayer says, our Father which art in heaven, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So the kingdom of heaven will be here on earth. Even in Revelations, the 21st chapter, when John says, he says, I saw Jerusalem coming down from heaven. So heaven is talking about the state of being where the children of Israel is ruling the planet earth. Revelation 7:1 emphasize verse 9 are kindred Israelites. So if anybody go to the blue letter and look up the word kindred in that verse, it says kindred is G5443. It says a tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. So they would be for Israel as well, to answer his question.
All right. Answer this one right here, Captain.
Doesn't it say the Israelites came out of Egypt a mixed multitude? Revelation 7:9 is a perfect example of understanding the mixed multitude in the sense that they were all Israel that came out of the mixed multitude. Now, you got some people that argue the mixed multitude was also Egyptians.
And they was, Captain. How can you not say that?
Even if you go with that argument, they were all killed. All of them were killed. Only Israelites went into the land. They were all killed. The only people that survived that was Joshua and Caleb. Even Moses didn't make it into the kingdom. Moses did not make it into Israel. Moses died before he got into Israel. So Joshua and Caleb are the only people that made it. Everybody else died off. So they would have to show where Egyptians survived in that wilderness, because I haven't read that the Egyptians survived in the wilderness.
Brother Lai is saying Leviticus 24:10-16. I don't know what that's about.
I read it all.
Oh,
that's what I read. Leviticus. So maybe he responded late. So
right.
Leviticus 24:10, that's what the Israelites, and I read the 16. That's where they put him to death. I read all that. That's what I sent you. That's what I read.
All right, Brother Marcus, you got a question for the captain?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
No, I didn't really have a question. I have more just a statement.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna just say what I gotta say, and I'm gonna kind of jump off because my connection been bad while I'm on here. So I'm kind of just taking up space with the bad connection. So I'm gonna just say what I say and get off. First off, shalom to everyone on the panel. Salute to both of the elders on the panel that's been in our community doing the work and putting in the work of the Most High. Salute to both of you brothers for that. First, I'm gonna say to Sa and to Asar, I don't know why both y'all just got on here and lied. Me and Asar, for one, did not beat me up on nothing. Me and Asar was supposed to be talking about the name Yahawah and whether or not God changed his name and whether Israelites changed their deity. Me and him start talking about the Israelite culture and them marking on their structures because there's no writing about Solomon temple or temple. Solomon is writing on the temple. And I was explaining to him that's not Israelite culture. That's not what they're obsessed with, like the Egyptians. And he brought up the Hezekiah seal to try to make a point that Israelites right, but that's not the point. We know Israelites right. They don't mark on their tombs and stuff like, oh, this is the kings of Judah. We don't have that. We don't have a marking of this is Abraham's tomb. There's no writing of that, right? And that was the point. So he lied, and then you lied, talking about, Pop beat me up. Me and her was arguing about whether Israel original deity was El or Yahawah, and all she said was El is in the name Israel. But if you look at the name El is not referenced to a deity name El. That's the word for God. So she didn't have a point. So of course sa.neter is gonna say his wife won, but hey, me and her can always revisit the topic, and I'm open for it. You got my number. You got my number, Sa. So I'm always open for that topic. I challenged the SAR on this topic, and you still haven't reached out to me for the debate.
Stop the Captain. You gassing people up, brother.
I reached out. You can pull up. You can look at the video. I challenged the SAR on this topic. You still ain't reached out to me for the debate. I challenged original, the guy, I ain't gonna mention his name, but we had to fall back because of the crashing out and the craziness that came behind that person. So don't act like I'm ducking the smoke on any of this.
You could debate whoever you want on the undercard of me and sa.neter. You and whoever go first, and me and sa.neter go last. That's what it is. Let's get it. You know what I'm talking about? Let's get it.
Hey, I appreciate you.
Yeah, and y'all have been studying after my debate, Captain. You see that, right?
Yeah,
You've been studying after my debate.
You got to look at that side like you came a long way now.
I know. That's what
I would say, hey, Sa, you came a long way, bro. I know sa.neter retired from debating. He came back. He did a good job. So, yeah, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? We're taking you straight to the top of the mountain. You debating the top Israelites. So, yeah, I'm ready. Let's get it.
And Captain, Moses asking you another question.
In Amos 5:21, are you supposed to practice laws while in Babylon can salvate? Yes, absolutely. So I'm going to read Amos 5:21 and then I'll answer just so people can see what Amos 5 says. So Amos 5:21 says, I hate and despise your feast days. I would not smell in your solemn assemblies. I wouldn't really put that question with that scripture, because the reason why, when you read up a couple of verses, when you see why he hated him because although they was keeping the feast days and the solemn assemblies, they weren't keeping the commandments of God. That's why he hated them. As opposed to while we're in this captivity, I'm going to read Jeremiah 29 for you so that you understand what we're supposed to do. So in Jeremiah 29:1, it says, now these are the words that Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem unto the residue of the elders which were carried away captives, to the priests, to the prophets, and to all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had carried away captive from Jerusalem to Babylon. So now we know they're being carried away captives. This is verse 4. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, unto all that are carried away captives, whom I've caused to carried away from Jerusalem to Babylon. Build ye houses and dwell in them, and plant gardens and eat the fruit of them. Take ye wives, begat sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons. I'm just skipping for time's sake. Verse 7, and seek the peace of the city where I have caused you to be carried away captives, and pray unto the Lord for it. For the peace thereof ye shall have peace. The only way the Lord's hear your prayer is if you're keeping the commandments. So you are absolutely, like Proverbs 28:9 says, if you turn your ear from hearing the law, your prayer is an abomination. So everything is about keeping the commandments and obeying God, no matter where you are. It's even you can go further. If my people repent in the land of their captivity, he'll hear. How are we going to ask God to forgive us if we're not keeping the law? So I answered that question as well.
All right, there you go.
Yeah. So again, I hope y'all ready for this debate, man, because this debate, don't bring me no Abraham, no Ruth, no who else they like to talk about. Don't bring me none of them old niggas. I don't want to say it like that. I'm really just talking trash a little bit, but don't bring me none of them old people that has nothing to do with this topic. Ruth being a Moabite or an Israelite has nothing to do with this topic. Has nothing.
All right, I already know what Captain is going to say to this question right here.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed be Egypt, my people. read that right there.
Isaiah 19:25, whom the Lord of hosts shall say, blessed be be Egypt, my people, Assyria, the work of my hands, Israel, mine inheritance. All you got to do is stay right in the book of Isaiah. And I think in a couple of verses before that, in Isaiah 19. And I hope he don't bring this out either, because that'll be horrible for him. So in Isaiah 19 and 19, it says, in that day there shall be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border to the Lord. And it shall be a sign for a witness unto the Lord of hosts in the land of Egypt, for they shall cry unto the Lord because of the oppressors. It's the Israelites in Egypt crying to the Lord. It's not Egyptians. And he shall send them a savior, a great one, and shall deliver them. He's not sending Egypt the savior. He's going to destroy Egypt. And the Lord shall be known to Egypt, and the Egyptians shall know the Lord. Why is it even saying the Egyptians shall know the Lord? No different than the Americans shall know the Lord. I'm American, but I'm an Israelite. So you can understand. So I'm an Israelite, but I'm American. So they're Egyptian, but he's American. Just like Paul was a Roman, but he was an Israelite. So you can actually be a Roman and an Israelite. Because when in Acts 21 and 37, when they went to arrest him, Paul said, "Canst thou speak Greek?" And the Roman thought he was Egyptian, and he said, "No, I'm from Tarsus. I'm a Roman citizen from Tarsus. So you could be Roman and you could be an Israelite, just like Elon Musk can be South African, but he's also white. Nobody's gonna call Elon Musk black or African like they would a Hamite." So that's the context now, just for further understanding. When you go to Isaiah 27 and 11, is it yeah. When you go to Isaiah 27 and 12, just for time's sake, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall beat off from the channel of the river of the stream of Egypt, and ye shall be gathered one by one, O ye children of Israel. And it shall come to pass in that day that the great trumpet shall be blown, and they shall come which were ready to perish in the land of Assyria, and the outcasts in the land of Egypt, and shall worship the Lord in the holy mount of Jerusalem. It's only talking about Israel. Sorry.
All right. Hey, Captain, do you agree that you are under foreign rulership here in America?
I wouldn't be considered foreign by American standards because I'm an American citizen.
Okay, so here's one Moses coming at you, man. Moses, you need to come in. That way you can save some of your donations, brother. Come in and ask the question. But go ahead.
I got to read what Deuteronomy 17 says. Deuteronomy 17. I don't know what is this question? Why are you not?
No, go ahead and read it. You'll see.
Why are you told to not be under foreign rulers? Let me read Deuteronomy 17. Well, first of all, I don't think he know what he's talking about so far with the questions that he asked, but I have no problem answering them. Deuteronomy 17 and 14 says, when thou art come into the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose, one from among thy brethren. This is why I said it's a stupid question. I don't vote, so I never set a king over me. I never set a president over me. Since I became an Israelite, I've never voted, so that don't apply to me. I don't control foreign rulers. I don't know why you asked that stupid ass question.
Okay, let me go to let me see who in here. Hey, Keon, what up, Keon?
What's good, man? What's good to you, son, man? All love to you, man.
Sit down, because the captain here. Let him know how you feel about this salvation stuff, brother.
You ain't gotta disclaim me, brother. You know I talk what I talk. I got you, brother. Hey, Capt, brother, and this is also to Priest Daniel too. Both to you guys, do appreciate all that you do for our community. You guys do at least push the narrative out there for us so that we can have these conversations. So I appreciate you, at least on that standpoint. But with that being said, brother, I'm so glad that on May 3rd, it's going to be a pin put through this Israelite doctrine that you guys are pushing out
Bring
here.
it out,
I'm
Keon.
so happy, and I hope that you got a casket put out for you, Cap. I hope a casket, and you got a nice suit, buddy. Because I'm not going. I'm just saying, man, it's going to be terrible for you, and I hope you're ready for it. I'm definitely happy that you don't think that, brother. I'm definitely happy. But with that being said, brother, let me ask you this: do you think,
Hey,
or
Captain,
in
just so
your
you know, I'm sorry, Keon, just so you know, he's a Christian captain. So go ahead.
Wait,
I'm a Christian.
You don't say. The Christian that breaks every commandment of God is going to tell you.
Oh man. Oh man.
Hey, before you ask your question, just a quick yes or no. You go to church on Sunday?
Well, yeah, I do, yeah. If I go to church, yes, on Sunday. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All
Yes,
right,
sir.
you got it, brother.
Yes, sir.
Good. Hey, come on.
Oh man, I'm breaking the commandments. Oh man.
Come on,
Okay,
man.
let me ask you this though, real quick.
Yeah,
Do you have in your presentation, right? Let me it's probably you probably can't answer this, but like, will you explain to us if the fathers beforehand, such as Noah, uh, Abraham, people of that nature, right? If they were Gentiles or Israelites, or do you even think that's important?
That's not important. That's not important to the subject, because when we start talking about Israelites, and that's where, like when I was watching this live yesterday, he made a point to try to say that we would straw man by saying you can't show one. Well, on the same flip side, that's a straw man if he try to bring up Noah, Abraham, people that existed before Israel, because of course Israel is the finalization of the covenant that the Lord made with Abraham. So it's almost, you know how we say, you know how we use the term Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You're familiar with that term, right?
Yes, sir.
So that's why Noah is before Israel. So once that covenant is made, we're talking about the covenant now. So when you start bringing up Noah, Abraham, anybody else before the covenant, that's irrelevant to the topic, because now we're in the New Testament. What we talking about with salvation, we're talking about like what the angel said, he shall redeem his people. That's about the New Testament. Even the angel's not referencing Noah. The angel is referencing his people. Unless we're going to say the angel lied. The angel didn't lie. Christ said salvation is only for Israel. Christ didn't mention Noah either. So I'm going to go with what Christ said. I'm not going to go with somebody trying to straw man and bring up these old people, because all of that is a distraction. That's to work on the tears of people that want to say God loves everybody. See, he saved Noah. Noah was saved. So if Noah was saved, the white man could be saved. Noah has nothing to do with the white man, because you know what? Just like Noah didn't exist during Christ's time, the white man didn't exist during Noah's time. But everybody died. And that's how you know. I'm glad you asked that. Noah is the perfect example that God does not love everybody. Because if God loved everybody, why did he only save 8 people? That's my question to you. Why did he only save 8 people?
To answer that, I would say it's because those 8 people were the only people at the time that was following the law, or not. Well, technically it wouldn't be the law at that time, but just God's will.
But why did he didn't save everybody? If God
Because they weren't following God's will.
Thank you. So if
go ahead.
If God's will was the covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, why are you trying to make that covenant be with everybody else?
Well, because the argument is that everyone can follow God's will, and so if the standard is only following God's will allow you to achieve salvation, through the analogy of Noah, him also, well, not achieving salvation, but him being saved from the flood, then that means that whoever can follow God's will, whether if you're bloodline lineage or not, you can receive salvation or you can be saved from the flood, if that makes sense.
Say that again.
Oh, brother.
I apologize. You don't have to. I heard you. See, here's the problem. You didn't answer my question. If the covenant is only for Israel, I asked you if the covenant is only for Israel, why are you trying to change God's will to include everybody? And then you said it's for everybody that believe. That's not in there. Even in the in the New Testament, Hebrews 8:8, does it say the New Testament is for the house of Israel and the house of Judah? Yes or no?
Yes, I do. But can I say this real quick? Can I say this real quick, Pat? My opinion of who is Israel is people that follow God's will. That's who Israel is as a nation. So if you follow God's will, you are Israel. Do you agree?
That's not in the Bible.
I disagree. I disagree.
Show me where it's at.
I do my research, but I'll definitely come back with that.
Go back to the drawing board. You might want to go back to the drawing board.
I got you.
All right, real quick. Captain, Anonymous Hebrew asked me to ask you a question. Go ahead and read that, Captain.
Tell Cap to be ready for the if you're a Gentile and a slave, then you're saved argument, meaning the Gentiles that are slaves in the kingdom are saved, and somebody got to get this Exodus. That's the only thing. The only thing that he'll be able to say is, I guess, that as a slave, but that's not salvation, because the people that are like, imagine being the president of the United States and now having to be a slave to Israel. That's not salvation. It's not. Salvation is going from danger to now ruling over the man that had you in danger. That's salvation. That's redemption. They can't be the same. The slave, if you're serving somebody in the kingdom, the one that's ruling is saved. The one that's serving is the slave. We can't straw man saved. And you know why people do that? Because that's what black people do today. Black people have been enslaved in America, that the white man gives us crumbs and we think that's salvation, and it's not. So if you can understand the white man ruling America and us serving him, was we saved? Were we saved? No. So if we not saved, and the Bible says reward unto her double. what she rewarded you. That's what Revelations, the 18th chapter says. So we're rewarding the nation that did all the things to us, nations rather, that did all the things to us, double what they did to us in the kingdom. How are they saved?
Hold on? My bad, sir. Let me ask one more, right? So, because I just want to get an understanding, because I was listening to you, right? Are you saying that certain gifts from either the Most High or God, whatever you want to call them, are specifically for certain covenants?
You said what? Say that one more time.
So, like, for instance, like for example, you said salvation was only, I guess, started during the covenant that he started with Moses, right? So are you saying that specific gifts from God are only started through certain covenants?
Here's what I'm saying. When Christ came to only redeem the children of Israel. The children of Israel have not been redeemed yet. Christ came to bring the children of Israel into the kingdom of heaven. That has not happened yet. The other nations are not a part of the rulership or the ruling class. They are going to serve the children of Israel. That's the only thing that they're going to get. So the salvation for Israel is not the salvation for other nations. Period.
So people going to heaven is not salvation to you? Like, is that not? I would feel like me being in heaven is salvation.
So I'm actually, so was the white man in his heaven when he established America?
I wouldn't equate that to a spiritual heaven, but I mean,
I'm just asking you, when white man ruled and has been running America, and they're ruling, is that their heaven?
Yeah.
Were we enslaved to them?
We were, yes.
So we're in their heaven, but we're serving them. We're building their kingdom up. We're under their rule. So even though we're in the kingdom with them, we're not in the same state as them. So if we can read in the Bible where the other nations have to serve or die, do they have a choice to serve us?
No, they don't.
So then it's not us. Then that's not us. We're not the same. And that's what I want people to understand. What people need to understand, you can't show me a non-Israelite going into the kingdom, because I already said non-Israelites would be in the kingdom. But non-Israelites will not have salvation with the children of Israel. Period.
Okay. I see. Go ahead, Capt. All right, thank you, sir.
No sweat.
All right. What I want to bring on right now is one of your enemies, Captain Tazaryach. One of your enemies, Priest Yahawah. He is in the building. They call him Brother La. He's in the building.
He's not my enemy, though.
Yes, he is, according to the scriptures. Yes, he is.
Nah, he's still my brother.
Yeah. If y'all really believe, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. If you say you really believe in this book, then brother, he is your enemy, because the Quran teaches, take not the Christians and the Jews as your friends. Boom. Where that bomb at? Let me get the bomb. Where that bomb at? Really? Not you, because it don't say that in your book.
Okay.
But it do say it in his book. And so that's why I said, I know you're really not enemies. I know that. But I'm saying, see, we playing with this thing here. That's why the Muslims and the Christians and the Jews been at war for centuries, because that's what they believe in the book. So, Brother La, am I correct in saying that, or am I wrong, Brother La? Or I'm just misinterpreting it, brother? Talk to me. Unmute yourself, Brother La.
I'm unmuted. Peace. First and foremost, peace and blessings to all you brothers that's on the panel, as well as in chat, and your families.
Same to you, brother.
Hey, shalom out to your family as well.
It's true crime, brother. Let's thank you in Arabic. My main purpose for coming on here was to ask the question of the legend they perceive it as the Egyptian who also escaped from Egypt and married into the kingdom.
Brother La, can you first answer my question, and then you could go right in? It's up to you if you want to, if you would like to. I know you want to get away from that, but can you answer that?
My thing is this, and Captain Tazaryach, I know you've probably heard the story in regards for the brother who escaped from Egypt, which was an Egyptian.
Who? Can you give me the book, chapter, verse you're talking about?
As I'm speaking right now, I can pull it up.
The other brother pulled Leviticus 24.
He married into the kingdom.
You might be talking about, it could be in Chronicles.
That's what I think it is.
Yeah, you know they died off though. He was a slave.
By Moses. Moses killed him.
No, I don't. No, oh, you talk about Leviticus 24 then. But you talking about, yeah, so you talking about Leviticus 24. And so actually, when you read it, it's talking about the son of an Israelitish woman whose father was an Egyptian. But it doesn't say that it doesn't say that the father is there at all.
My question is, when it states previously in there, it says a multitude. What does a multitude mean?
A multitude is a mixture of, so when you read Exodus 12, well, you're talking
careful now, brother. Be careful.
Be careful with the interruption. You see what I did to Cam last time. Now, stop. So Exodus 12. So here's what people are talking about, so y'all can understand. In Exodus 12, it talks about the mixed multitude. Exodus 12, and I'm just trying to get the verse. Bear with me a second.
No problem. Take your time, brother.
Yeah, because it tells you how many came out, and so it tells you about 600,000 on foot. Oh, this is Exodus 12, and no, that's 40. The sojourning of Israel. Here we go. Exodus 12 and 37. It says, "And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramsey to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men besides children." So this represented the army or the military of Israel. Verse 38 says, "And a mixed multitude went up also with them in flocks and herds and even very much cattle. These would be the men, women, and children that was not a part of the military." So what most people do is try to say, see, these were non-Israelites that was mixed in with the Israelites. I believe that's what you're going to say, right?
I'm speaking about one individual.
Right. So that's in Leviticus. So in Leviticus 24, it doesn't say that the husband was there. It just says that the Israelite woman had a son. Doesn't say.
Who was married into Israel. An Egyptian who was married into Israel, and because he blasphemed Israel,
no, brother,
it said, "F your God," they killed him.
Right, but that's the son of the mother that's an Israelite. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. So let me read it so you can understand what I'm saying. So in Leviticus 24,
I apologize for interrupting you. I'm sorry about that, brother.
No. This part I wasn't reading the scripture, so you're good. But I do want to read this so we can get context. It says, "And the son of an Israelitish woman, whose father was an Egyptian, went out among the children of Israel, and this son of the Israelitish woman and a man of Israel strove together in the camp." So it's identifying to you that this son was by an Egyptian man, but the mother was Egyptian. I'm sorry, but the mother was an Israelite. And you know the mother was an Israelite because when you read verse 11, it says, "And the Israelitish woman's son blasphemed the name of the Lord and cursed, and they brought him unto Moses. And his mother's name was Shelomith, the daughter of Debri of the tribe of Dan." So we know the mother was an Israelite, but the father was not. But it doesn't say that the father was there. It only says the son was there. So the son is an Egyptian, but the mother is an Israelite. You understand? You with me so far?
I'm with you so far, and that's from 24:10-16, correct?
Yeah, I'm at 11 now. I didn't get to 16 yet. I just stopped at verse 11. So now verse 12 says,
okay, work your way up to it because 16 is where the dagger is at. Go ahead, brother.
Got you. And the Israelitish woman, and they put him inward that the mind of the Lord might be showed them. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, "Bring forth him that cursed without the camp, and let all that heard him lay their hands upon his head, and let the congregation stone him. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, Whosoever curseth his God shall bear his sin." I'm gonna read 16. "And he that blaspheme the name of the Lord, he shall surely be put to death, and the congregation shall certainly stone him, as well as the stranger, as he that is born in the land, when he blaspheme the name of the Lord, shall be put to death." Where's the dagger?
That being the case, from reading from there to 16, if it's a multitude of people, understanding a multitude of people meaning white, black, Egyptian, all different people. That's a multitude. That's the definition of multitude.
I'm trying to see what the dagger is that you're talking about. Because when I read this, it sounds like the mother that's an Israelite had her son, and they brought the son with them. And then that son cursed the God of Israel, and they killed that son. And then the Lord said, anybody that blasphemed the Lord's name, you stone him to death. That's what we're reading here. So I'm still trying to understand the point.
The point I'm making is this: accepting an Egyptian, which said from captivity, which escaped, married into Israel.
What can we read where this accepting this Egyptian came from a captivity or something? Can we read
Did he or did he not marry? Did he or did he not marry into Israel?
Well, he was with. So again, we don't read too much about the father of the child, other than that the father was an Egyptian.
Or your father's son, correct?
I don't argue that the son is an Egyptian. That's not what I'm arguing. But when you say that the Egyptian married into it, we don't see that the father of this child was with them. That's what I'm asking you. Do you have a verse that shows that the father of the child was with them? It doesn't say that here. That's all I'm asking you to do. Can you show that? Are you there, brother? I know it hurt. Yeah, that laugh. Yeah, I mean, come on, show it.
It's not him laughing. He's quiet because he don't. It's over already. It's over already. It's over already.
All right. Hey, Captain. I want everybody to take notes that notice he ain't want to deal with I said, right, Captain? You caught that, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, brother. Why don't you deal with that first, and then you can move on in. He skipped all of
it. The reason why I didn't want to address it. Where exactly are you reading that in the Quran?
Okay, you got one brother who says it doesn't say that it doesn't say that they are our enemies in the Quran. No, it don't say that, but what it does say.
Why would you just say that? That's why I said it's not even worth answering, son.
All right, it is worth answering. Let me ask you a question. If you say, "Oh, me and you friends," and I said, "No, we're not friends," what's the opposite?
You might want to answer the telephone, son.
What's the opposite of friends, brother? Oh man,
might want to answer that. Be another question for you to ask me, son.
Hey, Sai, what surah are you referring to? Oh,
he don't know. He don't know. That's why I said answer the phone, son.
Is he talking about the one Cam was bringing out? Because I know Cam, when Cam came on, he wanted to do this whole let's curse each other to death or something.
Okay, which was asking me, Captain?
What surah was that you was asking him about?
Al-Madiyah, I think.
What does it say?
Yeah, it says, "O believers, take neither Jew or Gentiles as your friends. They are only friends of each other. They have strayed away." So right there, come on, brother. Now you're supposed to know this, man. I'm giving you the surah. 51, brother. Come on, brother. Lie. Am I right or am I wrong? It says, take not the Jews or the. All right, so we'll do it. Read it for us. Read it.
Hold on for 1 second, brother. You can talk on there. Let me go to get this Quran. So
yeah,
can pull this up.
I told you, man. I forgot a lot of Quran, man, that y'all just studying, man. I've been doing it for a long time, brother.
You saying you got more than he learned? That's what you said. What you saying?
And then you don't read and you don't study.
I forgot a lot about this, and I do read.
He said you don't read. He said you don't.
And I do read. You know nothing about me, brother.
Tell him, Sai.
54. Okay, you said Surah 54, correct?
No, 51.
Okay. Surah 51. Okay. Captain something else. Tell him, Sai. Tell him.
Listen, man, I know how. Listen, sa.neter taught me a lot with how to get this thing going.
Come on, brother. I shouldn't take you this long. You know what my nickname used to be, right? You know what my name used to be before sa.neter, right? Do anybody know, Captain? Do anybody know what was my nickname before sa.neter?
Nah, I forget it actually.
Anybody, put it in the chat if anybody know.
I'm looking in the chat too to see if I see.
Damn. See, if my peoples was here that rode with me for years, they would tell you. I'll tell you. My name used to be Salik Quran, brother. Salik Quran. They called me the goddamn walking Quran. See, somebody put it in the chat. They said Quran. That was my name because I was studying the Quran until I came across the Kemet, until I came into the Kemetic side. So that's why I say I forgot more than y'all have been studying today, man, because I left that alone.
Okay, you're saying Surah, you said Surah 31, correct?
51, brother, 51.
Oh, boy. Okay, 51. I'm looking here. And make not another. Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't know that, brother Lie. I'm surprised at you.
Damn. Is this the Quran show or the Capt show?
No. I'm reading. I'm looking for it now, and I see Surah 51, and make not another an object or worship with Allah.
All right.
I am from him.
All right. Can you see that right there? You see what somebody said? Is it true that the Quran says, do not take the Jews? And right there, 552, O ye believe, take not the Jews and Christians as friends.
I'm going to exactly where you told me.
And
it says Surah 51.
All right, but look. Al-Islam is right there. 552. Captain, can you see that?
On the screen you talking about?
Yeah.
On
So
the
how
screen.
come, brother, I don't see that? How come you don't see it all of a sudden?
No, what I'm doing is I'm looking at the screen, but
Okay.
I'm going by what you just
No,
told me.
Listen to me. I could be off on the scripture. I'm giving it to you right
you
now.
saying Al-Islam? I don't think Al-Islam is.
That's not a credible site. That's not the Surah. That's not the Surah.
That's not the
somebody's
Surah.
name. Brother,
right. 552, you got to
Can we take that down and just go to what you just asked me, sa.neter?
I'm telling you, Captain, this is in the Quran, brother. Quran
Where?
551.
Yeah, so where it's at is Surat al-Ma'idah. So what I'll do better than sa.neter, right? So I'm gonna come here.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. So I'm gonna share. I gotta help y'all on my damn show.
Yeah, right.
Do some damn Quran stuff, man.
That's bad, because brother Lie supposed to know where to go when I say that.
Hey, share my screen side. This is it right here.
Uh-oh.
You see it on my screen?
Yeah.
All right. So this says it. This is Surah. It's actually 551. This says Surah al-Ma'idah. And then it says, "Oh, you have believed, do not take the Jews and the Christians as allies. They are, in fact, allies of one another. And whoever is an ally among them, ally to them among you, then indeed he is one of them. Indeed, Allah guides not the wrongdoing people."
Oh, now see, look, hold on, Captain. See, in this right here, they do the same thing that the Bible do. In this Quran, it says that. But if you get
There's only one Quran, sa.neter.
Okay,
how
much
come
longer
Hold on, let me make my point. It's not only one Quran. There are different Qurans that were written by different people, just like the Bible, brother. That's why Captain say, no, we only accept the King James Version. There's different versions of the Quran as well. Am I right or wrong, brother?
sa.neter, what you just tried to put forth to the masses of people that's watching is something that's facetious and wrong. And I let you play it out so you can play it out. And the gentleman just read off of Surah what it actually says, and it said nothing about hatefulness at all.
No. I took that back when I said that. I said, well, it says, do not take them as your friends. What's the opposite of being a friend? An enemy, right?
A foe, yes.
All right then, brother. There it is. See,
Did that say take them as a foe? Did it say anything about a foe?
You're looking at them as, you're looking for the word enemy. But I just told you what's the opposite of friend. You said a foe. And what is a foe? An enemy, right?
Did it say that in the surah we just read?
Stop, man. Stop, brother. You lost this one.
Said something. You said something in the surah. We went to the surah. It did not say it. So what are we having a conversation about, brother?
So oh man, bro, I don't believe this, brother.
I guess.
Are you saying that I can't show you in the Quran where it says, do not take them as your friends?
I just read it.
So if you don't take them as a friend,
and here's what y'all could do, Side. You can wait till after this live over, and you can have live versus Side.
You're right, brother.
Gonna run from me, man. He's gonna run from me, Captain. He's gonna run from me, man.
Captain, I apologize for improving.
No, it's all right. It's all right. It's all right, brother. It's all right. It's all right.
All right, go ahead, y'all. Who want to continue? Let me bring in an Israelite, man. He might have a question for you, Captain. I can't pronounce this brother's name, but let me bring him in.
Josiah. Yeah, I just want to say salvation is only for Israel. It's in our law. And that's Numbers 10, verse 9, where it tells us to blow the silver trumpet to be remembered so we could be saved from our enemies. So that's what Isaiah was talking about in 45:17. So it ain't no hope for everybody else. Y'all just wasting your time. You know, plus the prophets say when you get caught with a foreign garment on, you're going to get killed anyway. So if you ain't following the commandments, it's over.
Do you agree with that, Captain?
Yeah. I agree with that.
If you're an Israelite and you following another belief, you're going to die when the Messiah come back. That's it.
So you saying, and this is not for no brother Lot. If I'm a Muslim, you saying I'm gone?
Because you're living in sin, you're supposed to be following Torah.
But guess what? All religions say that. See, you say follow Torah, but I guarantee you my brother Lot will say, no, you're supposed to follow Islam. And then you get to the Christians, and the Christians say, no, you're supposed to follow Christianity. And then
but you got to be based on the truth, man. Everybody knows.
And then you get to the Jehovah Witnesses, and they say, no, you got to be a Jehovah Witness. So every group will tell you that they got the one and only religion. This is why I try to tell all of y'all that it is all man-made. I'm not saying the creator of the universe is man-made. I'm saying the Bible is. The book is man-made. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not an atheist. I believe that there is a higher power, but I don't know what to call it. I don't know what his name is because man put names on stuff. Man is the one that gives it titles. Allah, Yahawah, God. No, the Most High. Those are all man-made creations, brothers. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Now, what y'all got to say about that?
All them books, everything you say come after Torah. All them books come after Torah too. Everything you said, and by the way,
they all plagiarized the Torah.
That's right. And by the way, if we want to talk about, because you Kemetic, you sa.neter, we can talk about the Egyptian books too. Do you want to have that debate?
Hell no.
No, I don't want to do it.
Do you want to? Hey, sa.neter, watch this. Because sa.neter is Capt. Sa.neter was talking shit. Hey, sa.neter, do you want a debate on your Egyptian books too?
First of all, let me tell you about the Egyptians.
Let's have a debate on your.
Let me explain to you, brother. I understand, Daniel Allah, that the Egyptians and all of that is man-made, brother. I'm not saying God created that stuff. It's all man-made. It was a way of life for them back then. See how easy that is for me? I'm not saying, no, this was God and God did that. I'm not Jabari, brother. I deal with realism-ism. That's my religion, brother. Realism-ism.
What is that? What is
that? Realism-ism, brother. You don't know what realism-ism is?
You just making stuff up.
I don't know what that is. I gotta go. Yes, I do gotta go though. I gotta roll.
All right, come on, y'all. Any more questions for the captain? He ready to roll.
Yeah, I gotta go get my daughter too. Thank you for your time, man. I'm out.
All right, let me bring in my sister real quick before Captain go.
Okay, come.
Sakina Ra. Sakina Ra. Is that a Hebrew name?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
You used to be an Israelite, or you still an Israelite?
No. This is my question. I'm not going to respond to that right quick.
Okay.
But I do have. I want to say peace to you and the panel, and I want to say to Captain Tazaryach, because I do follow him. Because he is a serious leader to his tribe, and one thing that, as when I was a Hebrew, I was a Nazarite, and that's one of a Hebrewic tribes. And one thing I didn't get, what he does do is a great teaching. And so my question is, like some of the other people, is this multitude, all right? And I want you to make clarity, because you are describing the multitude, but we know that when the Egyptians were there, they were considered Camites and Kemites. And so when the Egyptians or the Romans came, they not just came, but they changed it from Kemet to Egypt. So now we know that these Egyptians are now Romans, right? And so this multitude included Kemites, right? But we also know that these Kells, right? These Dutch, we know French, we know Germans. Well, the Greeks, they stayed because they were under the Romans. But we know that we had these Asians, we had Persians. We know Moses himself was a Levite. We know that you had Moabites, you had other bites and Ezites and all these other bites and lights and whatnot. And so that multitude did include a bunch of people. Now, Nazarite could have been a vowel, but they were also people, because Nazareth was a place. So we're not going to go into a vowel, right? So we're not going to do that. But again, Israel was a promised land that Moses didn't get to yet, right? And so this land that he didn't get to, these people couldn't have been the Israels or Israelites because they didn't get to that land yet. Or this is why I do follow you again, because you bring the most understanding. You and mighty Hebrew, may I say that. I don't follow a lot of people, but I do follow the ones that bring a better understanding, because I'm here to connect dots. So this is what I'm asking about, these dots.
Yeah, but I don't know what question you're
asking. You know,
I don't know what question.
Right,
but sis, I don't know what question you actually asked.
The question is about the multitude, because the multitude
that came out of Exodus,
the multitude that Moses took on. Now, I don't know if that was the Exodus, because he left.
Well, remember, so when Moses goes into Egypt, he gathers the children of Israel. He takes the children of Israel out of Egypt.
Okay, so is that considered the Exodus, or was that considered leaving?
Yeah, that would be considered the Exodus. So as he takes the children of Israel out of the Exodus, the verse before the multitude talks about the 600,000 men that was on foot, which represents the military. The mixed multitude of the men, women, and children that are not a part of that military. Then he made them wander in the wilderness until all of those people died off. So the only people that actually went into the land of Israel from that generation is Caleb and Joshua. Everybody else were Israelites that actually went into the land. Non-Israelites didn't go into the land.
So why did he ask or pray? What was he going to do regarding all these people when he prayed to the Most High or God or whoever about taking care and feeding and leading all these people?
You have to tell me what you're talking about.
See, I don't know the Bible like y'all do. That's why I'm asking. Why, when he got to this point, he asked.
You're talking about Moses asked.
Yes, I'm speaking on Moses.
Okay.
And he asked about how was he going to And what was he going to do because the people got leery a couple of times?
Yeah, that's the wilderness. So as they're traveling, the children of Israel complained pretty much the whole time. That's why they wandered in the wilderness, because the Lord wanted that generation to die off. So that's why they wandered in the wilderness, because they kept complaining. And so now the children of that generation are the ones that went into the land of Israel. So Moses in Deuteronomy, I think the 29th chapter is usually where some people go. And in Deuteronomy 29, it talks about everybody has to keep these commandments, from the Israelite all the way down to the stranger, to the hewer of the wood. But that's not talking about non-Israelites. It's just talking about everybody that's there would have to do it. So a lot of times people think stranger is a non-Israelite, when you can read in Leviticus, Israel is called strangers. So that's, so I'm just not sure you're where to go with the question that you're asking.
Okay, right, because when we say multitude, and we know that multitude did cover a various amount of people, we know that the northeast, the northwest, the north-south, we know that that area, a mass of people were there. We know that
And when you're saying people, are you saying non-Israelites was there?
well, because we're saying at this point they hadn't made it to the promised land.
Right. So they coming out of Egypt. You're right. They hadn't made it to the promised land, but it's not a bunch of nations mixed in with Israel. It's Israelites. The only argument that people can make is some Egyptians might have came out with the Israelites. That's the only argument that most people make. But the Moabites, Canaanites, etc., like that, they're not mixed in with the Israelites. The Israelites are going to war with those nations to establish Israel.
Okay, and I guess my question is, well, how can we call them Israel if they hadn't made it to?
Okay, now I think I understand your question. So they were Israelites because when you call somebody, you're talking about the land of Israel.
Right, because if God hadn't heard, God heard, but he hadn't heard enough to say this is the land, because it wasn't established yet to say God heard.
So I'll show you where God heard in Exodus 2:23. It says, and it came to pass in the process of time that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel sighed by reason of bondage, and they cried, and their cry came up unto God by the reason of the bondage. And God heard their groaning, and God remembered his covenant with Abraham, Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked upon the children of Israel, and God had respect unto them. So they were called Israel then. That's why it says, and God looked upon the children of Israel. So here's a better way to say what you're saying, because I think what you're saying is, how are they Israel if they're not in the land yet? So before they got in the land, you can call them the children of Israel or Israelites based on who they come from. When they get into the land, now they're Israelites based on where they live. You understand now?
Okay, I'm following you.
Yeah, so as far as the land goes, they wouldn't be from Israel till they get in Israel. I think that's what you're asking. So they're not from Israel till they get into the land of Israel, but they're the children of Israel because they come from Jacob's sons that Israel came from. Does that make better sense for you?
And then once he gets his name, then those are become
right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I get it.
All right, no sweat.
All right,
so I appreciate that, sis. So side with that, man, I'm about to roll, man. Make sure y'all tune in May 3rd, Captain Tazaryach versus Pastor Bennett, or Pastor Bennett versus Captain Tazaryach, whichever way y'all want to rock with it. This is his debate. So he'll be going first. It's salvation also for non-Israelites. I like to reiterate that non-Israelites will be in the kingdom, but that's not what this argument is about. This argument is about, is salvation also for non-Israelites. All right.
That's what it is. All right, Captain. Thank you, brother.
Now, y'all, salute to you as well, man. I'll rap with y'all later.
All right, peace.
All right,
please, Daniel Allah.
What's up, son?
Okay. I can set up a debate for you, brother. I can set up something for you. I got somebody for you if you want the smoke.
What, who's this somebody? I told you who I want to talk to. Why you give me somebody else? Who's this somebody?
I got brother Keon. I got Keon.
Uh-oh.
That's here. You heard him. He said, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I said you.
Hey, let me ask you. Do you have
the classic brothers? I said you. I said Shaka.
You said classic, brother.
I
I'm an up and comer.
Reggie. No disrespect to you, brother. I'm gonna let you talk right now.
I know.
I promise to let you talk right now. But sa.neter was trying to play me like I'm running. No. The people that make the most noise is the brothers that have been on this channel for the longest time, which is which is Jabari.
I got somebody for you though that want to smoke.
So yeah, I want to talk to the class.
His name is Tahuti.
I'll talk to him in a
Brother
minute.
Tahuti out of California.
So sa.neter, you saying no?
No, I'm not saying no.
Okay, so I already put it out there. So if sa.neter comes live later and says I'm running, y'all saw it. I said I want to talk to him. I want to talk to Shaka. I want to talk to these dudes that have been talking shit. With that being said, okay, brother, go ahead. So let's be clear. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I'm an up and comer. You know what I mean? Rookie of the year. The ambassador of the HOK. You know what I mean? The new man to come around. That's all I'm saying, man. It wouldn't be a disrespect to you. It would actually be. It would be like it would more be like a an invitation. That's what it'd be like.
So what is your worldview? Because I no disrespect to you, I don't know you. So what is your worldview?
That's a fact.
Are you Kemetic? Like what is your worldview?
No, I would say I'm a Christian. I'm foundationally a Christian, but some of my views it wouldn't align with Christian views. But I would say foundationally a Christian for sure.
So do you believe that salvation is for all nations?
I don't do the nation thing. I say people. I believe that God created all man, and His ultimate goal is to get all man back into salvation.
Okay. All right. Well, we could talk about it. I just want to be familiar with you.
Yahawah, do you believe the same thing as Captain when he say that the God of the Bible is indeed a racist, a bigot?
What do you mean by racist?
Come on, brother. We ain't gonna play these games.
I'm not.
Do that. You know what I mean by a racist, brother. You know what I mean.
So we'll do this. If you're saying the God of the Bible is only for Israel, I agree.
Is God a racist, brother? That's what I asked you.
I agree.
You agree what?
So by definition, if God is only for Israel, then yes, God is a racist. God is only for yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, man.
That's how it be though, Si. You know what I mean? That's what happens, when you get people in the back of the bus, the Bible, man, they come out with a couple of these situations, man. That's why we gotta.
Damn, I was at the back of the
God created everybody, man. God created all of us so that we could know each other.
I agree.
And now you're saying that God is a racist and He's against certain people. Come on, brother. Is that an evil God or a great God, brother?
The book says it though.
Yeah, but that means that got to be an evil and wicked God, though. How you know you're really not serving the devil, Yahawah?
It's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Do I believe it's only for Israel? That's a different. Now you sin is the evil. That's a different conversation.
All right, but I'm willing to do a debate with you, and I'm willing to change that topic and say that the God of the Bible is indeed the devil.
Nah, we'll see. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead and get him, priest.
Why is it the devil?
Let's do that debate. The God of the Bible is wicked and good at the same time. He is one and the same.
Well, does the devil?
God is evil.
Also good? Wait. Watch this. Is the devil also good?
Yes, the devil is good and evil at the same time. Let's have that debate.
That's a good question, priest.
We can talk about it. I ain't gonna run for it. We can talk about it.
Oh man. So do you agree that God is evil?
I believe that God creates evil. That's what the Bible says. It doesn't mean God is evil.
Only a wicked man will create evil. Yahawah, just by him creating evil, he got to be evil. Only someone wicked will create evil for other people.
Hold
on. God damn.
dropped the bomb. We can talk about that. We can talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the conversation I want.
That's
You already
crazy.
been doing a lot of research on the other debate, so you got an upper hand on me because you've been studying that.
I see some praise. All right, we'll talk about this side. No problem. We'll talk about
All right, brother. That's what's up, man.
Let them other dudes know I was talking about them. Like, hey, call them and say, Priest was talking about you. Yeah, I was talking about you too. Since you say I'm running from the base, let these other dudes know I was talking about them too. Hey, we can talk about Job 38 too. Yeah, but if not, I'll talk to you, Sa, because Sa, my man. I want to see the House of Consciousness prosper. I love sa.neter. He done brought everybody on his platform, all of us.
Facts.
Whether we have divergent opinions or not, he brought us all on his platform. I want to see the House of Consciousness continue to prosper. So I will come here. sa.neter done paid me for debates I didn't have. So therefore, I'll not get paid for a debate I will have. sa.neter. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, my brother. So peace to you, Daniela. Good to see you coming through, man. I appreciate you coming through, man.
Yep.
And we out, man. Thank you,
Love
brother.
to you, Priest.
Peace.
All right. Peace, y'all. Everybody, we out of here.
All right, dude.
Yo, Daniela, you gotta give me some of your new music, brother. Give me some of your new music. Mm-hmm.